Not too long ago, a wholesale company called Bazar reached out to me to see if they could send me some credit and I could try purchasing some pieces from them and I could show you my experience. I said I'd like to do a video on it. I wanted to kind of go through the process of ordering everything, getting everything in, doing a haul for you guys, photographing everything, listing everything, and ultimately trying to sell everything before I could really give an honest opinion as to whether I thought this was a wholesale company that resellers could benefit from. So in today's video, we're going to do just that. We're going to answer the question, is Bazar Wholesale a company that you should be sourcing from as a reseller? Hi everyone, my name is Becky Park. I am a part-time reseller on a variety of reselling platforms, and I have been documenting my journey as a part-time reseller on YouTube since I want to say like 2019 or something like that. And as a result, Bazar reached out to me and they said, hey, you've got this audience of people who could really benefit from sourcing online in an efficient way. You know, you can just kind of pick up what you want, it gets mailed to you, and you're able to list it online. They said, we'll give you $50 of credit to play around with. And what you can do is purchase items and just kind of show your audience what it is that you were able to get from us and share your experience regarding how much you're able to get for those items. And so in today's video, I'm going to share my entire experience after I got off the video call with Bazar. I'm going to spill the tea, as the kids say, in regards to what my experience was like with Bazar Wholesale. So I'm going to show you the entire process, but I'm just going to go ahead and get right to the answer of the question that I'm sure you guys want to know before you have to watch this whole thing, because I kind of have a feeling this is going to be a long video. Did I think that Bazar Wholesale was a company that resellers could benefit from when it comes to buying items wholesale for their reselling business? My honest answer, based off of just my personal experience, is no. And in this video, I'm going to share why. Hi everyone, so I'm on the Bazar site. I am going to start entering my information and we're going to look at this together. Hey, it is me. My son is next to me. I obviously have to blur out a lot of this stuff so that you cannot see all of my personal information. So I'm going to sign up. This is my first time using Bazar. All right, I'm going to get started. So I'm just looking for things with a purchase price that isn't too high that I feel like I can resell. So some of these brands I know, like, I don't know, they're just not going to do it for me. Halara, I actually feel like is okay. Cider is okay. Lisa says ga. I don't know. Let's look up Lisa says ga. Let's just look by this brand. Actually, this brand is not bad. Let's look at some sold prices. So top going for like $36. We've got a skirt for like $20. This top is going for $55. Okay, Lisa says looks good. Let's look at cider. I'll look up cider dress and then I'll see if they have cider as a brand. Here we go. Let's look at cider as a brand. So I think I'm going to stay away from cider. It doesn't look like that's being priced super high. What were my other options? Oh, Halara. Let me look up Halara. I think someone told me that this was a brand that was made in like the same place as Lululemon or something. I'm not sure. Halara looks okay. Things are not priced that high. Even new with tags, you can see things are being sold for like $32, $29. 39. Yeah, let's see the solds. Solds are looking, yeah, I don't know. I'm not super excited about this Halara brand, but maybe what I'll do is I will stick with the Lisa says ga. Let's see how much things are. Things are kind of expensive. Okay, so let's see first and foremost what really just like stands out to me. This is kind of a cool piece. These are pants. $20.50. I'm trying to see like what that gets me. Let's see. It is, what is a 262? Okay, what does this mean? I'm trying to see what a 2x6x2 pre-pack is. It is a single style with various preset sizes or variants, so too small, too medium, too large. So for $20.50, I am getting 10 pieces. Oh, so each one is $20.50. So if you get one pre-pack, it's $170. Got it. Okay.
that is more than I want to spend because I have $50 to play with. These skirts are kind of interesting. I just feel like skirts in general don't sell for a whole ton. Let's look at bathing suits. I don't know. Okay, so each bathing suit is $23. So I could get two and see how they do. Lisa says got Brooke bikini. Let's see. Okay, so there's one for sale for $85. This is that same one. So there's not a lot for sale. There's only one for sale. And one here sold for $60. So I could double my money, it looks like. This one sold for $48. Just, I'm not like super sure about that color. Maybe I'll try a medium in this. They only have the green. I'm going to try one. Let's add that to my bag.
I'm going to pause here for a second because I want to let you know that we're going to skip over a lot of the video that I took of me trying to purchase items on Bazar to begin with. And the reason for that is because it was incredibly frustrating. As you can see here, it says added to cart, and underneath it says add $77 more in products from Lisa Says Ga to check out. So what I learned the hard way from trying to check out and realizing that I couldn't was that for many of the vendors, you had to spend a certain amount in order to shop from them. And being someone that just wanted to dip my toes into the world of Bazar, I was not willing to commit to spending $100 or more the very first time I used this website. And it took me a hot second to realize that. So a lot of time was wasted trying to figure out how to use my $50 efficiently with the brands that would let me spend with them even with only $50.
I wish you could see more items at a time versus like the few that they give you. This is kind of interesting. It's very like boho with the butterflies and stuff. Ooh, these are kind of fun. So it seems like I'm really kind of gravitating towards this cider brand. So this pre-pack, let's look and see. It looks like there's two in there. And it looks like it's a large and a medium. I'm just going to do it. I don't know what I'm doing, but we're just going to. Oh, but it looks like you have to order at least $50 worth. Okay, let's keep looking. I'm going to try to look for one more style that really kind of stands out to me. Oh, these are so cute. This is from Cider too. I should not be surprised. Okay, we're going to come back to those, but that is fun. They have like jewelry and stuff. I'm not like super into jewelry. It's not my favorite thing to sell, so I'm definitely going to stay away from those. This is kind of cute. See? Cider. I think also there's just like the most buy cider. Maybe they are the ones that recently posted some stuff. Let me look at Halara really quick too. See if there's anything there that interests me. This is actually really cute. Like I would wear that. And you can just get one. They only have it in a size small. Are they out? It's not letting me, oh, I had to select the color. Let's just do one for now. Add to bag. Okay, let's see how many things I have. Okay, so yeah, it just seems like I have to spend up to a certain amount. That does make it really hard. So it looks like I have to commit to just like a specific brand. I can't kind of like mix and match right now, which is a little bit of a bummer. I wish I could just, try one thing here, one thing there. So now I have to decide which brand do I want to commit to. Even though the comps for Lisa Says Ga is higher, I feel like I don't want to hit this $100 minimum right now. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And I don't know, I was really kind of digging cider stuff. So even though this is so cute, and the MSRP is $42.95, that's not that high. MSRP here is $80. Done. Okay, let's try that then. Oh, MSRP here is $80, but that is, I think, for two of them, which means each thing is $40. I mean, it's basically the same thing. I feel like maybe Halara is the one to go with. So let's try getting up to a $30 minimum from Halara, which is going to be easy to do. So let's view all of their stuff. So we're trying that dress. I kind of like this one too. I just feel like it's a little too simple. I feel like as I get to be like an older lady, I appreciate the coverage that these shorts offer in a 3X. Okay, let's try one of these. Let's see what else they got. I do like that you can just buy like one at a time. These are tiered as well. Oh, those are out of stock. Okay, let's keep going. These are kind of nice. I wish it was a different color. Are you guys still wearing these like biker shorts? I don't know where all mine went. That's kind of cute. I just like also feel like I don't really know what the young guns are wearing. That's kind of pretty. I like how like tomboy that is. Also, like, was this girl really uncomfortable taking this picture? That's a little bit awkward. This is so Y2K to me. Oh my goodness. I feel like I wore this skirt when I was younger. This is pretty cute. I like these too. They don't have more pictures of this. I want to see what the front of this looks like. See, it retails for like $34.95. I'm just wondering how I'm going to really make much of a profit. Okay, should I go with cider instead? Okay, let's see if I can find more cider pieces. Okay, so we had liked this, so we're gonna go ahead and do this for sure. You know, I do wish with the pre-packs that like they were a little bit cheaper, like you get like a little bit of a deal, but you do not. That's fine. Whew, I don't want to do a pre-pack there. Let's do one large and let's do one extra large. See how that does. Let's see how quickly I can get to 50. I think that's how much I have to spend for cider, right? This is really cute. It just doesn't look like it's worth that much. Oh my gosh, look at how fun those are. I guess I'm just really into the like the super boho type stuff. Oh, they have like press-on nails. My daughter is super into this kind of style right now, like just the very like baby doll cropped tops. I liked these, kind of these like safari shorts, but they're out of stock. This is kind of cute too. Some of these are not my jam. Okay, so here's the thing. And I mean, if you're going to buy in bulk, I do feel like you're going to probably spend like $150 at least at once if you're trying to like fill your store. But it is hard to spend only $50. Like it doesn't feel like I can do much with 50. That's kind of interesting. That's like a little too crazy, right? Yeah. I would wear that because I'm weird, but I feel like that's not the norm. Okay, we're just going to look at one more page, and if I can't find anything, we're just going to get more multiples of things. That's kind of cute. Interesting. Oh my, this is very like kidcore, I feel like. Okay, so it says that it's $9, but the original price is $10. So, and it's only 10% off. Not the best deal. Okay, let's go to my cart. Let's see what we can do here. I need to spend a bit more for cider. Let's get rid of the Halara stuff.
Many minutes later.
You guys, I changed my mind. I'm gonna just go with a lot of Halara. That's what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna do this dress. I guess we'll do 2 of them in the size small. So now I just have to spend $13 more. Easy peasy. I might have to spend a little bit of my own money. That's fine. We're gonna do these black shorts in a size 3X. And we need to do, oh, there's only one. Okay. So I just have to spend $6.50 more cents. I'm literally just looking at what is $6.50 down here. Okay, maybe I'll try this skirt. I wish they had more pictures. Like I just want to, yeah, but we'll try this in a medium. There's only one in a small. Fine. Done. I just wanted to be done. Okay, go to cart. I have reached $40. Oh, I need to reach 50 though. That's how much credit I have. Whoa. All right, we're looking for $10 or $5. I'm not even looking at the pieces, guys. Just being real with you. These are $5.50. What does this look like in the front though? I'm trying to pick things out that I'm not going to sit on forever. So I don't know, stuff like this, I'm just not. And like this, it's like, I don't know what the front looks like. So I don't want to commit to that. That's kind of cute. I just feel like whenever I go to Plato's Closet, this kind of crop stuff, there's like a section where those kinds of pieces go to die. Like nobody wants to actually flip through them and find what they're looking for because it's so messy. Like, do I just get this dress? It's like a velvet bodycon dress. This is actually cute. Is it both? Oh, it's just the bottom. This is cute. This reminds me kind of like a Lululemon piece. This is gonna get me up to like 48. It only retailed for like 40. Let's just do it. I'm tired of looking. We're gonna go to the cart. That's all I can do. All right, we're gonna check out. Let me put in this information. Okay, so it's like I have put $38 worth of stuff in here. You have to also pay $10 for shipping. So you have to add that to your cost of goods. Just keep that in mind. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and check it out. I'll let you know how it goes.
All right, so you watched me try to purchase items on Bazar to resell. It was pretty frustrating. It took me a lot longer than I wanted it to, and you saw why. What was pretty frustrating is that after I placed the order, I think a few days later when they went to go ship, they realized that there were a few pieces that were not available. They were not in stock. And so I got an email saying, please modify your order. Honestly, I saw the email too late. I'm not super amazing at checking my email, so they just sent me what they had based off of what I had ordered. So I think that in this bag, I think that there are only 2 pieces. I forget how many I had tried to order, but I think there's only 2 pieces in here, which means I wasn't even able to use the $50 credit that I spent so long trying to spend. And that was pretty frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna go ahead and open this. I don't even remember which of the pieces that I ordered were available, but I'll do a little unbagging, if you will. This is not a box, and we'll see what's inside. So it came in this poly mailer, and then inside of the poly mailer, each item, it looks like, is wrapped individually in these little Ziploc bags, which is nice. So this is the first item. How do I open you? Okay, I feel like this should be so simple. What's wrong with me? Oh my dear goodness. Okay, I got it open. So this looks like it is one of the skirts. It is a nice little black skirt. It's in a size small. It doesn't have like the style name on there, but nice little black skirt. This one is lined, which is nice. So underneath it's got like little shorts. And the cool thing about these shorts is that the shorts have like a little pocket on the inside. So you can put like a gym card or probably even your phone in there, which is nice. And it's under the skirt. So the skirt itself isn't too bulky. Yeah, it's really nice. I have no idea at this moment how much I can list it for, but we'll go through that process together of, figuring out comps and listing it. So there is one item. It's fine. I don't know how many of these I had originally ordered. And then this next one, oh, okay. So I think like this little slidey thing should have been on that bag, and it wasn't. That's why I could not open it. Oh, okay. Oh, this is what I wanted. I was going to say I really wanted to get this dress, and I did get it. And then what is, oh, does this come with it? Interesting. Oh, I think so. Okay. So this was like the piece that I was really hoping to get. To be honest, I like kind of wanted to try it on myself, but I shouldn't, because the point of this is to see like how easy is it to sell this stuff on Poshmark and eBay. So I'll go ahead and list it, but it's so cute. It's in a size extra small. It's this really pretty dress. Okay, if there's more online on Bazar, maybe I'll order it for myself with the credit that I couldn't use. But it's got this tie in the back, and it's like a little bit open in the back, light blue. And then it came with this little pair of shorts, and then the same thing. They've got pockets on the side. And it's kind of nice because you can just wear these on their own as well. So those are the 2 pieces that I got. I feel like they came in a very timely manner. I'm not complaining about the shipping. I thought they were shipped well. And, the pieces are exactly what I thought that they would be. It's more just the matter of I didn't get everything that I ordered, and that was kind of stinky, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and get these things photographed, listed, and then we'll see how long it takes to sell them. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is photograph this skirt. I don't remember what it's called, but because, and let me take you closer, because this item is something that I can just lay on the ground of my light box, I'm going to go ahead and just do that instead of hanging it from a hanger. And I think that'll be easier. Now, if I really wanted to, I could iron this, or not iron it, steam it, because there are a few wrinkles in it. I don't care because there are stock photos and stuff, and it's really simple. So I'm taking a picture of the front. I'm going to take a picture of the tag, front and back. I'm going to take a picture of the fact that it's new with tags. And let's get the back of this little tag. Does it have any information? It does not, so we'll leave it at that. I'm also going to show the fact that it is lined. It's got like this little short thing underneath. I'm going to take a picture of the back of it. I also feel like there's like a hidden pocket, right? We talked about that during the haul. Yes, okay, so I'm going to take a picture of this. I like to put my hand inside of pockets so that one, when I'm looking at the pictures later, I know what it is that I'm looking at. And two, so that the potential buyer can see it. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to provide measurements of the waist and the length. Easy peasy. Skirts are so easy to photograph. So that one's done. Next up, we've got this dress with the shorts attached. So I'm going to go ahead and just do the dress by itself first. I like to photograph using like a nice wooden hanger. So this is from Saks Fifth Avenue. I think it's like vintage. So I want this to look as presentable as possible. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tie the back of it. So hold on. Is this the back? This is the front. I can't remember. Actually, I think this is the peekaboo is the front. Okay, so hold on. So I'm going to take a close-up of the bow and the cutout because that's kind of an interesting detail, again, of the tag. And then the little tag on the inside with the information is right here. And then I'm going to flip it over. Just twist it around like that. That's the nice thing about this hanger too, is I don't have to keep taking it on and off that bar. I can just twist it. Okay. Oh. I'm going to get some measurements, but I'm also going to take a picture of the shorts so that they know this exists. And again, with like the pocket, I'll put my fingers in there, show that this is an extra small as well, take pictures of the tags. I'm not going to include measurements of those shorts because that's not important. You don't have to wear the shorts with this, but we are going to do pit to pit. I'm going to do the waist. This is so cute. I actually really do want to try it on, but I cannot. I must not. In the length. Right, this one is done. That was nice and fast. Next thing for me to do is go ahead and put these things in my inventory. That way when I list these items to all of my different platforms, I already have all of the information regarding the SKU number, and I just like to reuse little plastic bags. So I'm gonna go ahead and use bag 15 for this skirt, but I have the SKU number, I have the weight, because I'm gonna go ahead and weigh the items here, and then when I go to push out all the information to all of my other platforms, I won't have to, redo any of that work. So for this one, let's see. I am gonna go to add listing. This is new with tag Talara black skirt. I don't remember the name of it. I believe it was a size small. So I just put in like a little bit of information because I'm gonna fill out the rest of it later. I had no cost of goods. Price I'm gonna try to figure out later. MSRP, I don't remember off the top of my head. Here is where I'm gonna go ahead and put it in this bag, and I'm gonna go ahead and weigh it. And the reason I'm putting it in the bag first is because, when this does eventually get shipped out, it's gonna get shipped out with a poly mailer that's gonna be similar in weight to the Ziploc bag. So this is all I do. I go ahead, place it on here. You can see it is 5.3 ounces, so we're gonna call that 6 because once you factor in like the thank you card and all that good stuff. So 6 ounces, I'll just put Bazar. This is for the Bazar video, so I'm gonna put that in the seller notes. This one is ready to go. Now I can look up comps and information regarding the skirt, and then I can go ahead and list it. So one is done. Next up is the dress with the skirt. So same thing. I'm gonna put this in an empty bag that I had from something that sold earlier today. This is gonna go in bag number 442. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick these 2 pieces in here. We're gonna go ahead and weigh it. It's definitely under a pound, which is great. So that one weighs 7.8 ounces. Add listing. And this is new with tags, Halara blue dress, women, women's size extra small. SKU we said was 442, and shipping is about 8 ounces. We're gonna put Bazar. And then later what's gonna happen is on my phone, once I edit all of the pictures, because I am going to, you know, lighten up the pictures a little bit. I'm going to make it so it's a nice clean white background. Then I can go ahead and put the pictures in from my phone. I can access this perfectly on my phone. That way all of the information and pictures that I need is on list perfectly. And then you can see down here, once I am ready to list it, I can list it to all of these different platforms. I'm gonna list these 2 items onto eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Facebook, Depop, Kitizen, and that's it. That's a lot, but that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and save that. And then the next step is to get to listing. We are going to start listing these 2 pieces that I got from Halara. So you can see them right here in List Perfectly. I put them in, let's see, yesterday. I got the pictures in and the listing started yesterday. Today is June 4th, so we're going to go ahead and list these and see how long it takes for them to sell once I list them. So to help me figure out comps and whatnot, I have a couple sites open. As you can see, I've got Bazar, which is where I purchase these items wholesale, and then I also have Poshmark up because I'm going to use Poshmark as the site to help me figure out how I should price these items and how much these items have sold for in the past. So the first thing I'm going to look up is this dress. This is new with tags Halara, but I was able to find this dress on the site. And actually right now what we're looking at is my order. So as you can see, I did order this dress and it was successful. I ordered this skirt and it was successful, but you can see I tried to order 2 of these like ribbed knit midi dresses, and the vendor removed it because I think they ran out. And then the same with this skirt. I tried to order one. It was removed by the vendor, so you know, I think they were sold out. So that's why I was only able to snag these 2 pieces, which, like I talked about earlier, was kind of frustrating, but it is what it is. So I was able to pull this up, and this link right here, this tab shows the dress on a model, which I think is really helpful. So I'm going to go ahead actually and download this picture so that I can use it. I can use the stock photo, because although my picture ended up looking okay, I'll show you my actual picture of this dress. This doesn't look bad, but like it looks a lot different on a person than it does just on a hanger. And so I'm gonna go ahead and use the stock photo in my listing. So all I have to do is drag it in here, and I'm gonna actually make it my first picture that you see on the listing itself. It's going to be my cover photo. Now that being said, I am going to crop out this person's face. So I'm going to say crop square mode, and now as I kind of adjust the size of the picture, I am able to get rid of her face altogether. Save, beautiful. If I really wanted to as well, using List Perfectly, because I have the Pro plan, I can remove the background. They use photo room technology and they give you 1,500 free background removals a month, which I never use because I actually have photo room as well. I have the paid version of that, but I'm going to go ahead and use List Perfectly to remove the background using photo room. It was kind of like a gray before, and now it's not. Now it looks really great. So this is my listing. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and put in the name of this dress. I don't know if successful is part of the name. They're saying it retails for $47.95, so I'm going to keep that in mind as well. But this is called the Halara Everyday Two-Piece Activity Dress. I'm going to put the word blue here, and then this was a women's size extra small. So some of that listing title was what I had put kind of as a placeholder so that when I came back to the listing, I would know what to look for. Other things I can put in this listing title, because I still have, let's see, like 23 characters left, because, you know, both like Poshmark and eBay, and I think even Mercari give you 80 characters. I'm going to put cutout and tie front, because as you can see, it like ties right there. I kind of want to put like bodycon or athleisure. I'm not going to be able to fit all of that. So let's say bodycon. I'm at 81. So I can, if I want, take out the word size, and now I can fit the word bodycon in. I don't really want to put athleisure because I think if people are looking for Halara to begin with, they're going to know that it's athleisure. So now I'm going to write out my description. So now I'm going to go in here and I'm going to say this cute light blue bodycon dress from Halara features a front tie and a small cutout at the belly button. It also, I want to write about how like the high neck kind of balances out the cutout. I feel like that was good wording. The high neck on this dress balances the peak boo cutout at the abdomen. The dress is extremely lightweight and moisture wicking, perfect. I guess there's a space here, perfect for any outdoor activity. The final bonus is a pair of tiny shorts to be worn underneath the dress for full coverage and extra pockets to hold your phone. So I have, as you saw, like I typed the word item with an exclamation point, and that is a keyboard shortcut that I created both on my phone and on my computer. So if I type item with a question mark and and then I just like press space, this entire sentence pops out with it. I do have a video on how I created that keyboard shortcut, and I will link that here, but it is an excellent use condition with no holes or rips, and I'm going to change that to it is new with tags with no holes, rips, or stains. Measurements are shown on the no. Okay, so now I'm going to put 3 words as my keywords. Here's where I can put athleisure. I'll put cutout and I'll put stretch. I feel like those are good words. The brand is Halara. It is blue. If I look at the pictures here, I can see what the material is that they use to make this. Nylon and spandex. I'm also going to remember that it was made in China. It's a size extra small. Let me make sure this is an extra small. I'm like 90% sure, but yeah. Nah, it is an extra small. Women's, it is new with tags. So as you can see, List Perfectly has all of these kind of like item specifics, if you will, which translate very nicely over into eBay. So I do fill out as much of this here as I can. And then also they use the information, especially from like the, what is this? Like the pro description, keywords, all that kind of stuff. They will use the information that you give them to format your listing nicely. And I'll show you what I mean here in a second. So the pattern or texture, it's solid. I don't usually put anything for season or weather because I like to select all for eBay. Care, I believe it was machine wash, right? Let's see. Yeah, machine wash. We said it was made in China. Okay, so next I go over here to keywords. I copied the keywords that I had put here in the short description, so I went ahead and pasted them here. My cost of goods, for me it was free because, you know, I'm partnering with Bazar in making this video. However, they charge $9.50. So let's go ahead and put $9.50 in here just so when this does eventually sell, I can see how much profit I would have made had I paid the $9.50 to purchase this dress to begin with. The MSRP on this is basically $48, so we're going to put 48. Now, the general rule of thumb for normal things when it comes to reselling is you can sell things for about half the price that it costs retail, which would mean I can price this at $24, which is not great. So instead, what I'm going to do just to kind of like double check, and maybe that is true, maybe that's like essentially how much I can get for this. I'm going to go ahead and copy a portion of the listing title. I'm going to paste it into Poshmark because this is where I am hoping to sell this dress. It could sell on eBay, it could sell on Mercari. I'm assuming it's going to sell on Poshmark. So you can see that there are a few people who have listed this dress, and people are listing it essentially around $50. This one is extra small. This one is extra small as well, but that's a different dress. Hold on. This one is extra small as well, but this is a different color. So you can see like there are a few of these listed. This one is not new with tags. They listed this for $25. So it's good to see how much people are listing them for, but I think it's also really important to see how much are people selling them for. This is not good because this is a new with tags one in the size that I have, and they're asking $35 for it. So if I list mine for $50 like this person did, and this person has it listed for $35, whose would you go with? I would go with the $35. But that being said, we're going to see how much these have been selling for. Let's see. So now if I look at how much this dress has been selling for, I'm looking for the identical dress. Here's one that has sold for $20, new with tags. That's not good news for me. This one has sold for $40, which is great, and this one is in the same size, slightly different color, but that's not the same dress, I don't think. I don't know. Let's see. There's really just that one comp. Okay, here's more of the same dress. This one sold for $20, this one sold for $34, this one sold for $50. So we're kind of all over the place. $33, $34. Here is what I'm going to do when it comes to pricing. I'm going to go ahead and price mine at $40 because as we saw, there were a decent number listed for $50 that looked identical to mine and were in the same price. So this one was listed for $50. This one was listed for $35. And I think that was it for my color. That's what is listed right now in my size. So I'm going to put myself kind of in the middle. I'm going to assume that this person's is going to sell first, and they have free shipping on theirs, my God. So I'm going to just go ahead and list mine for $40, and I'm basically just going to compete with this person. Now, you know, this person does have 12 likes. This person has 10. We're going to see what happens, but I'm going to go ahead and list it for $40, and we'll see what happens. So the price I'm going to put on there is $40. I'm actually going to get rid of this MSRP because I don't want people to see that it costs $48 and they're getting it for $40. Like, they're not going to like that. So I'm just going to put 0 there instead. I already put the shipping information as far as weight is concerned. I don't put my shipping zip code just because the only site that really needs it is eBay, and it's already kind of saved in there. This is showing like where is it listed, where is my profit so far. My profit is negative $9.50 because that was my cost of goods. Remember, we also have to factor in shipping. I don't remember how much shipping was, so let's look at that too. I had to pay $10 for shipping on this, so I have to add $5 to my cost of goods per item. Whew. Okay, it's making it hard to make some money here, but that's okay. So that's it for this listing. It is ready to get listed. I'm going to go ahead and do the other Halara piece as well, though, so that we can list them in bulk. So this one, unfortunately, I was not able to find this listing for it within Bazar. I did the same thing that I did last time, as in, you know, I typed this in. Maybe I'll just try it like this. Like, I tried typing it in, and I was not getting it. Oop. side pocket skirt. And because I wasn't getting it, I'm gonna see if I can find it instead on Poshmark, see if other people have listed it. Let us see. Okay, so this is the same skirt. I think this is the same skirt. This is it on a person. This is a good one to just go ahead and save the image of this one. So we're gonna kind of do the same thing. I'm gonna go ahead and insert the stock photo, put it right here. We're going to write the listing title. So this is new with tags, Halara, mid-rise. Side pocket, I'm going to put Halara black mid-rise side pocket skirt in a women's size small. I'm also going to include the word lined because as you can see there are like shorts underneath it. So we're going to write side pocket lined skirt. And I guess I could write like bodycon. Again, I could write mini. Maybe I'll write athletic instead. Athletic skirt, women's size small. Okay, so I was able to fit in a lot of information within this listing title. So again, we're gonna write out a short description and I'm gonna say, this mid-rise side pocket athletic skirt from Halara is sure to keep you comfortable during any outdoor activity due to its moisture wicking technology or moisture wicking abilities and side pocket on the shorts lining underneath the skirt. That's a long sentence. I don't care. And that's all I'm going to put because it's a lot. And then same thing, it is new with tags with no holes. Okay, so here I'm going to put pockets because the fact that it has pockets is kind of a huge deal. I'm going to put athleisure again and I'll put, I don't know, outdoor. Is that a good word? Or maybe I'll put, I don't know. It's like I could use words like outdoor, I could use athletic, I could use lightweight, I could use lined. Actually, I'm going to use word lined. I think that, I know for me personally, if I'm looking for this kind of skirt, I'm looking for it to be lined. So this is by Halara, this is black, it is nylon and spandex. I'm almost positive, but let's double check. Yep, oh yeah, nylon, elastane, China again. This is in a size small, women's, new with tags. We're going to build up the description. Oh, I forgot to show you how, actually I'll show you when I do the listings, when I push them out to other platforms, how List Perfectly formats this information right here. I believe this is machine wash, but let's double check that as well. Yeah, okay. Made in China. So now what we got to check out is how to price it. And because I wasn't able to find the listing within Bazar's site, because I think it's gone, I am just going to see how other people have been listing it. So mine's in a size small. This person has it new with tags in a size small for $20. This person has it for $25, $28, $28, $20. I was thinking that I would list it around $25 as well. So this person is saying new, it retailed for $58. This person is saying that it retailed for $42. Yeah, I'm not even going to put how much it retailed for, but I'm just going to list it for $25 and see what happens. However, I paid $6.50 for it. Once you factor in shipping, I actually paid $11.50 for it, which is a lot considering I can only list it for $25. So we'll see what happens. So all of this I already did. Update. So now that the listings are complete in List Perfectly, all I'm going to do is select these two items because these are the two that I want to go ahead and list onto a variety of reselling platforms and hope that they sell really, really fast. But I'm going to go ahead and list these to Mercari, Poshmark, eBay, Facebook, Depop, Citizen, and that's it for now. The other options that I'm not choosing are Grailed, Etsy, Shopify, which is what I use for my website. But I told you guys I'm not going to put these on my website. I just want to see, like, as a regular person listing, how quickly can I move these pieces? And I feel like most people don't have their own websites. I don't sell on Instagram. List Perfectly also does like listing parties, and they have Vestiaire. I don't know how to say it. So now I'm going to copy. So there are going to be, I believe, 10 new tabs that open up. I typically like to do bulk listings in groups of 5. So I'll like push out 5 listings onto all of the different reselling platforms, 5 at a time. Right now I'm just doing the 2 for the sake of this video, and you do want to make sure that you've got good bandwidth and good internet in order to be able to push out a lot of listings at once, but I typically work in batches of 5. All right, so here we go. This is Mercari. You can see my title came over from List Perfectly. My description came over. Okay, and look how nice the description is from List Perfectly. So, you know, you saw me put the information into like the pro description builder or whatever. This is what I had written, and then underneath it were my 3 keywords that I had. And then it has the features from the pro description. So it has like, you know, the fact that it's a solid pattern. It has where it was made. It says, you know, what the care of the garment is. It has the size, the condition. So all of that information List Perfectly will take and put it together in a very nice, you know, aesthetically pleasing way for your listings, which is great. So I also had the tags that carried over into the little tag spots here on Mercari. This all carried over. Yes, it's an athletic. Yeah, I'd call, I don't know. I'm going to call it an athletic skirt. I wouldn't call that a skirt. So it didn't carry over the brand, and it's because Mercari doesn't have Halara as one of their brands. When Mercari doesn't have the brand within their database, you just have to select no brand or not sure, and that's down here. Condition carried over as new, black. The size on this one was small. For shipping, they're saying it's going to cost $4.99. I have the buyer pay for shipping. That's just a personal preference, but I don't like to pay for people shipping. So it's going to cost them $4.99 on top of the $25. This is smart pricing. This is if you want to gradually lower your price and you tell them how much you're willing to let that price drop to. I do typically turn this on. I'm not going to turn it on for this just because I don't want the price to drop. So for this, I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. We're going to go ahead and list it. And that was very painless, as you can see. We're going to go on to Poshmark. By the way, once it is listed on List Perfectly, you want to wait for this little thing to pop up. This means, yep, we've got it listed, and the listing lives now within List Perfectly as well. You can see the fact that it's been listed, and we're kind of keeping track of the listing. And I'll show you all of that here in a second. So on Poshmark, we're going to do more of the same. Here are the pictures. Here is the title. Here is the description, and it looks exactly the same as it did over on Mercari. We're going to go ahead and say this is women's. This is a skirt, and I'm going to go ahead and select mini skirt, size small. I do not want to add this to my boutique. Black. Here are my style tags that carried over. Pockets and lined are not within their database of style tags. I don't care. I'm not going to like try to find ones that are. I'm just going to keep it as is. I'm not going to put anything for the original price. I know everyone has kind of their own school of thought when it comes to what you should put as the original price. I just put 0 because I don't want to take the time to look it up. And I know that it's not that high on this particular garment, so we're just going to say 0. I am not going to offer discounted shipping from the get-go. Next, we are done. I don't want to share this with Facebook. List the item. All right, on eBay, I'm going to change a couple of things. The first thing I'm going to change, I'm not going to use this stock photo as my main photo. Instead, I'm going to move my actual picture that I took over because eBay is a lot more strict about stock photos, and therefore I don't want to get penalized in case, you know, Halara is out on eBay searching to see who's using their stock photos. I'm just going to use my own. So you can see the item title carried over. My SKU, you guys saw yesterday, my little Ziploc bag, that carried over. And the item category that they went ahead and put this in is in activewear skirts and skirts. Great. The brand is there, the color is there, the department is there, the size type. So this is where you can say regular or plus size or petite or tall. This is just regular. This is a size small that carried over. The type, you know, skirt carried over, style, athletic. Great. So now we're going into things that I can add information about if I want, but realistically, since all of this is filled out, I can go ahead and list it on eBay. I do like to put in as many item specifics as possible. It takes me maybe like 20 more seconds per listing, but I do like to do that. I know there are a lot of resellers who do not. They don't think you need to. It's like I'm just trying to give myself a leg up. So for this one, for the skirt performance activity, you can select a lot. I'm going to go ahead and select tennis, golf. I think you can use it for those. I'm going to just select those. Skirt length, short. Theme, we're going to say athleisure, sports. Character, there's no character. This is a pull-on skirt. Occasion is activewear. And you can see a lot of the information was already kind of figured out by eBay because of my description and listing title, which is great. Material, it was spandex and nylon, right? You can type it in, but I'm just scrolling right now. Fit, we're going to say athletic. Pattern is solid. Fabric type, blended fabric. Actually, honestly, I don't know what that means. I'm just going to leave that one blank. Features, it's lined. And I want to put something, I want to select lightweight because it is. I want to select moisture wicking because it is, and pockets, and quick dry. It's definitely a quick dry. It's got stretch. Look at all of these features that I was able to select. That's great. Okay, there's probably more, but we're just going to do those. There's even more, so I'm going to say show more. Waist size, I mean, I can look and see my measurement here. It was about 13, so we're going to say 26 inches across, although, I don't know. I'm just going to leave that one blank because it's very, yeah. I'm going to select all of the seasons. It was made in China. I usually leave those blank. I don't select one of those. It's machine washable. Awesome. The description is already there because it lists perfectly. Another little dumb thing that I do on eBay is I change the price so that it ends in 99. So I, instead of selling this for $25, I'm going to sell it for $24.99. One really nice thing too about eBay, and Poshmark kind of does this as well, maybe only from your phone, maybe from the app and not the website, I don't remember. But on eBay, they'll tell you, hey, in the last 90 days, people who have sold this item, it has sold for a median price of $19.99, and 40% of those people offered free shipping. Well, I'm going to go ahead and ignore a lot of that because we paid a lot to get this in our possession. So I do not want to sell it for $19.99 and offer free shipping, which will eat further into my profits. So instead, I'm going to leave it as is. I'm going to leave it at $24.99. I am not going to allow offers at this time, but I am going to change the shipping because I don't need priority mail padded flat rate for this. Instead, I'm going to do first class. And because it weighs 6 ounces, I'm going to do flat rate shipping. The buyer just pays $4 no matter where they're coming from. It's easier for me to do flat rate shipping in that way where it's the same cost regardless of the buyer location because I live in Illinois. I live literally in the center of the United States. I think if I lived in a place like California or New York, there's no way I would do flat rate shipping because if I'm in New York and I'm shipping something to California, that's going to cost a lot of money, especially on heavier pieces. But because I'm in the middle of the United States, I can get away with offering just a flat rate for shipping based on how much that item weighs because it's not ever going to go clear across the country the way that it would if I lived in New York or California. So there's no right or wrong way as far as how you figure out shipping, but for me, flat rate makes sense. It may not make sense for you, but it does make sense for me. And again, on eBay, I do not do free shipping. I know a lot of people do. I know a lot of people swear by it and they say that's the only way to make sales. That part is definitely not true because I make sales even though I make people pay for shipping. But yeah, I'm going to charge whoever buys this $4. I may have to pay like $1 or $2 extra for shipping, and that's fine. I have 1-day handling on everything, which means I have to get it shipped out by the next day. And I'm going to go ahead and change this listing ad rate to 3%. This is promoted listings. I promote everything at 3%. Someone asked me why recently. I don't know. I just do. I used to do 1%. I do require immediate payment when the buyer uses buy it now. I'm going to go ahead and list it. So I know that seems like it took so much longer. That's because I was talking to you a lot. The next listing that we do, I'm not going to talk you through it because I don't need to. So Facebook, same thing. The title's there, the price is there, the category. They have a few of these options already kind of pre-selected. I'm going to go ahead and choose women's activewear skirts. It is new. It is small. It is black. It's a skirt. It's not a skirt. Skirt is where like the front looks like a skirt and the back looks like shorts, and this is not that. Okay, my face is in the way. Let me move that over. Okay, so next, delivery method. I'm going to go ahead and choose both the option for me to ship it to someone, across the country if necessary, or for it to sell locally. And then for the shipping cost, this is between a half a pound and a pound. So we're going to select that one. I usually go USPS if I can, just because I don't want to make another trip to like UPS, even though UPS is a little bit cheaper sometimes, depending on how it's being shipped out. Next, I don't allow offers on Facebook Marketplace because people will message you very quickly if they're unhappy with your price anyway. Publish. Depop. I mean, this is not really a Depop type thing, but I'll go ahead and list it on Depop just so you guys can see it. So I go over to one of the other listings, I copy the listing title, I go over to Depop, and I put that as the beginning of my description because they don't really have like a listing title. I'm also going to just straight up delete on Depop the stock photo because Depop does not allow stock photos. And so many people's accounts have gotten deleted on Depop because they use stock photos. So I just went ahead and got rid of it. I'm not even like making it second or third. I'm just getting rid of it altogether. Info. So this is a women's bottom. I'm not gonna lie. There's something about putting in the item specifics on Depop that is really annoying to me compared to any other platform. Even eBay, I don't know what it is. I think it's because like they don't have the best choices, and then some of them are just like too, I don't know. So I don't enjoy listing on Depop, but I've had decent sales, so I keep doing it. This is a mini skirt. This is workout. I'm also going to select casual as the occasion, and I'm also going to select outdoors. For material, we're going to say elastane and nylon. And for the body fit, it's just regular, so I'm not going to select anything. I doubt they have Halara. Yeah, so I'm just going to leave the brand blank. It is brand new. It is a size small, black. I'm not going to select any of these because it's not any of those. It is modern. It is sportswear. We'll say loungewear. I think you could lounge around in this. And then there's a casual option as well. Casual. I do offer free shipping on Depop just because that's like very much the culture of Depop, I feel like. I do also offer worldwide shipping. No one has ever bought anything from me with worldwide shipping, probably because I charge way too much because I don't know how much to charge for shipping. But I'm going to go ahead and change the price of this to $30 on Depop because I'm building the price of shipping into the item. So we're going to go ahead and post. Last but not least is Kitizen. If I had to guess, where is this least likely to sell? It's Kitizen. But it takes me about 4 seconds to list over here, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Kitizen is another one where I build in the cost of shipping into the listing, so we're changing this to $29.95. Also, why do I end Kitizen listings in $95? I don't know. I just do. There's no rhyme or reason to it. So done with that one because it's so fast. So let's just double check really quickly all of the listings that we've done. So on Mercari, this listing is up and ready to go. On Poshmark, it's up and ready to go. On eBay, it's up and ready to go. On Facebook, it's up and ready to go. And then Depop, it is ready. Kitizen always takes forever for things to get fully listed, but here it is. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and delete all of these guys. And I'm going to show you on List Perfectly what it looks like when those listings are on List Perfectly and the benefit of that. So this is showing you the listing now, and it's showing you that this listing is on all of these different platforms. And so what that does is these are all hyperlinks actually. So if I click on Poshmark from List Perfectly, it'll open me up right to my Poshmark listing. From here, if I needed to delete this because it sold or whatever I need to do, if I just needed to like get to this listing really quick, I can do that in that way. But you know, also it helps me just see like, where do I have this listed? Do I need to list it to other platforms? All that good stuff. So let's do the dress now. And I'm gonna just go ahead and do this without really talking you through it because I don't know that I need to. If there's anything that I want to point out, I will do that. This one they're charging a little bit more for. That's one little hack when it comes to Mercari. Right here, you can see that it has pre-selected the buyer paying $7.40 for this dress. They shouldn't need to though. And if I go into the shipping options, it's showing that it's 8 ounces. That's what I put into List Perfectly yesterday after I weighed it on my scale. And if I select a carrier, I can actually get this to ship for $4.99. So I don't know why they pre-selected the $7.40, but I do go in every time on Mercari and check how much they are going to charge the buyer because a lot of times they are charging them more than they need to. So I'm going to select the $4.99 option. Pricing is good to go. This one, I'm also going to turn off smart pricing. We're going to go ahead and list. That was fast. On Poshmark, this looks great. I'm going to select women dresses. This one, I really hate the dress options for Poshmark because oftentimes, like, none of these fit. So I'll just say mini. Yeah, it's kind of a mini dress. But if it's just like a regular knee-length dress, there's like no option for that. Original price. Okay, so that one was so fast. Poshmark and Mercari and Kitizen are just so fast to list to when you have your listing started and List Perfectly. Okay, this one I need to be a little bit more like focused on. This one is sleeveless, casual, solid. This one is nylon and spandex. The neckline, I think there's a high neck. Yes, we're going to say high neck option, although it's more of like a crew neck. Let's say crew neck. Accents. Do they have cutout or tie? No. Open? No. Season. We're going to just select all of them except for winter. It's not vintage. It's a strappy sleeve, so we're going to say strappy. Closure, I mean, it's not really a tie. It's really just a pullover dress, but we're going to just leave that. Theme. I want to say... Is sports an option? Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Okay, sports. I'm going to also choose outdoor. Features, stretch, and it is collarless, and it's lightweight, and it's got pockets, and I want to say moisture wicking, but that's not an option for some reason. This was made in China. Garment care machine wash. Okay, I don't need to do any of those other ones. We're gonna price this at $39.99, even though the median sold price is $20. Yowzers. This one we're gonna go ahead and charge $5. I have to delete the previous setting though of the padded flat rate. So we're gonna do first class. I'm gonna charge $5 because it weighs a little bit more, so it will probably cost me closer to $5 to get that shipped out, or maybe even a little bit over, depending on where they live. 3%. List it. On Facebook, it is a dress. It is new. It's extra small, blue, dress style. We're gonna call this bodycon. Next, we are going to choose both options. Yep. Next. Okay. Depop. I'm gonna get rid of the stock photo. I'm gonna copy this over. Also on Facebook, I didn't mention this, but you can list to different like Facebook groups that you're a part of. I tend not to do that unless maybe it's like a mini Bowden or like one of those kid brands where the people in those Facebook groups are super active. But I don't really have a lot of luck with Facebook groups, so I generally do not. Okay. Women dress, mini, bodycon, and okay, that's the only option there. Workout, casual, and we'll say outdoors again. This is not cotton. This one is elastane, which is another word for spandex, and nope, not polyester, and nylon. They don't have Halara, so I'm not even going to try putting that in. No source, age, this is modern, sportswear, loungewear, and we're going to find casual. We're going to charge them $40 to get this shipped to them, and we're going to build the cost of shipping into that. Kitizen, mama clothing. This is a dress. So fast, I love it. $44.95. Submit. All right, so we're going to double check that everything listed the way that we wanted it to. This one is listed on Mercari. I'm going to see. Okay, I thought maybe I'd already have a like or something on that skirt. I do not. That's fine. Let's see over here. This is on Poshmark. It was listed. I've got 21 notifications. Did anyone like my skirt? No, they liked other things, and that's fine. It is listed on eBay. It's listed on Facebook Marketplace. It's listed on Depop, and it is listed on Kitizen. I'm going to double check really quickly. I don't ever double check on this perfectly to make sure, you know, that it shows up here the way that I thought it would, because I can see with those little green boxes. But you can see here the listings are live on all of these different platforms. Now I just have to wait for someone to buy them. And when they do, I will fill you in on all of the dirt as far as how long it took to sell, how much it sold for, how much profit I made after shipping and cost of goods. We'll see what happens. So thank you for watching thus far. If you're enjoying yourself, definitely make sure to hit that like button. And let me know which platforms I list on that you do not, but which platforms you're curious about and would maybe like me to create some content on. So thanks for watching thus far. Wait just a second and I'll share with you what's sold. So it's been close to 3 months now since I listed those pieces onto all of my reselling platforms from Bazar. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed because you have to pay a decent amount per item, and the items that they are selling on Bazar are not the type of items that you can sell for very much on reselling platforms like Poshmark or eBay. You know, the Halara pieces, which they kind of touted to me as the best brands that they sell on their website, you had to pay anywhere between $5 to $12 per item, and at best they were going to sell for like $25, maybe $35. So there just wasn't a lot of meat left on the bone when it came to how much you were going to be able to pocket for profit. I also just did not enjoy the experience of buying on their website. You know, there were a lot of things that just were not available. There were a lot of brands that had thresholds of how much you had to spend for that brand in order for them to even sell to you. There were just too many stipulations, and it just made it too hard to shop on that website. Not to mention the fact that even once I finally did make the order, and it took me so long to make the order, I got an email a few days later saying that they weren't going to be able to send me some of those items, and it was because those items were out of stock. So for those reasons, and probably many more, personally, I am not going to be shopping from Bazar again. I'm not going to be sourcing for my reselling business through Bazar. It just wasn't worth it to me. So I think I have a referral link personally. I would not use it. I would take your hard-earned money somewhere else to source for inventory. That's just my opinion. I have seen a lot of resellers on Instagram, maybe even on YouTube, who have shared their Bazar experience, and it seemed to be very different from mine because they seem to have wonderful things to say about Bazar and are encouraging people to use their referral links. I'm saying don't use mine. I'm actually not even going to list it below because I don't think that you should buy from them. I think you should source your own stuff or go to other wholesale companies. I think that they have some kinks that they need to work out. I think they need to find a way to bring down the cost of how much you have to pay per item before you decide to make a purchase through them. That's just what I think. So when all was said and done, I have sold one of the 2 items that I was able to successfully get from them, but it took a while. Let's see. That item sold on July 23rd, so that was close to 2 months after it was listed, and it sold for $22, which left me with a profit of $17.60, but I think that that skirt cost like $5 or $6. I'll put it right here. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It just wasn't for me. So that is my experience with Bazar. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button on your way out. Subscribe for more videos like this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.